Thus far, within the light alchemy course of study, we've discussed grounding and the importance of grounding, of essentially allowing the energy that is comprised, as we perceive it from our third dimensional perspective, with our thoughts and our emotions, and how the two combine to be very powerful energies within our construct. So grounding allows that process to flow through, where we don't hold anything that we don't need to hold on to that is not conducive to our fifth dimensional focus. The second tool is called the rose, and it essentially is all about commanding personal space. Being Christ consciousness does not mean being a doormat for dark entities, negative energies, to do with as they will with your energies. No, you will learn how to command your personal space, and a tool to do so is called the rose. The rose tool is the second of the three aspects that form the foundational platform. There's three sides to a pyramid. There's three aspects to this foundational platform upon which you may receive the gifts from the teachers of light and benefit from light alchemy. The rose is the workhorse of these three energy tools. So this is a tool that you will return to again and again. You will get a lot of use from this. The reason the rose tool is so valued is because it can be used in many different circumstances. The rose will help you establish, define, and hold your space while you move through the noise of the third dimension. Like a broom or vacuum cleaner, the rose will also remove from your mental, emotional, and physical bodies the accumulated opinions, judgments, and energy that you have received from other people. Separating your energy from other people's energy is necessary for clear decision-making and for recognizing your own truth. The rose does this most effectively. The rose will assist you in gathering your energy up from where you left it during the day and before you go to sleep. The rose is an excellent and efficient tool for releasing any limiting beliefs and habits that your journey to the living light body may bring to the surface of your life. So, commanding your personal space, establishing, defining, and holding your space. Why is it important to define the edge of your space? Because people will violate it. If you're not constantly vigilant, and that's not to mean to go around all like, hyper reactive and paranoid and oh my God, but people will violate your space. There's many people who are very good at it, very slick with it. There's a lot of trickery. There's a lot of deceit of people adept at presenting their energies one way, only to flip it on you when they've gotten into what they perceive to be your inner circle, when they've perhaps floated through some of your outer force energies. But it is important to define the edge of your space, and it's more important not to feel guilty about doing it. Even Yeshua, the Christ, was able to display anger, outrage. Keep in mind, though, this was always a very controlled demonstration of this energy. Never be consumed by your displays of assertiveness. That's why it's probably beneficial to understand things like martial arts, energy work within Tai Chi, and et cetera, et cetera. Even Aikido, Judo, where everything is perceived as an energy and directed without the, with a mindful attention to mitigating damage. You only expend just enough energy and effort to free yourself from that situation and move on your way. But that involves defining the edge of your space. Most people go through their days with no knowledge or experience of their personal space or that of others. The shift in consciousness is creating a growing amount of chaos, noise, and drama in everyone's lives. The noise keeps many people in retreat and hiding, not fulfilling their dreams and goals. Learning how to use the rose to define where you are, to where you start and stop, what is yours and what is not yours, is critical in moving through the third dimension unaffected. Float, what is it? Muhammad Ali said, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Well, add just a smidgen of Sugar Ray Leonard, who was a huge devotee of Bruce Lee, and combine all these concepts and float through this third dimension up into the higher dimensions. But how do you use the rose? How do you command your personal space? Well, close your eyes and take a moment to find a quiet place within. Turn up the quiet music. Pretend you are sitting in a peaceful room within your head, behind your eyes, in the center of your head, your third eye perhaps. Establish your grounding cord. Take a breath and take your time with this. Grounding cord, we talked about grounding in nature, visualizing the line, the wire that is connected from your root chakra to the core of the earth, and then wrapped around it an electrical wire, which is representative of your emotions, your energy, but it's a way for you to visualize. Like say there's a copper wire from the root chakra plugged into the core, and then wrapped around that is your energies, your emotions, your thoughts, all of that stuff just going around that and just draining, being absorbed by Mother Earth. So establish your grounding cord. Find a memory of a red rose. Perhaps it is one that you saw at a florist or in a garden or at a grocery store. Remember the rose just as you saw it. Allow yourself to see it. Without leaving the quiet space behind your eyes, imagine yourself holding this rose straight out in front of you at arm's length. Let the stem of the rose extend down into the floor. If you find it hard to visualize, pretend. Use your imagination. Your imagination, your visualization is the thought. That is the thought forms. Earlier I was saying it's the currency of the fifth dimension, but it is the currency of thought. It is the mode of thinking. It's fifth dimensional thinking, your visualization, your imagination. So adding the stem will ground the rose and firmly establish it around you. Now keeping your imaginary arm fully extended with the rose firmly held between your thumb and fingers, picture yourself moving the rose 360 degrees, tracing a full sphere around, under, and above you. Take your time and become aware of yourself within this sphere. Move the rose above and below you with your imaginary arm. Take your time and become aware of yourself within this sphere. Don't let your rational mind get involved with the color of the rose or whether the stem has leaves. Have fun with this. The space inside this sphere on your side of the rose is a space you can manage. Anything outside the sphere, beyond the rose, has very little to do with you. So the rose is your force field in a sense, or your energy field, your comfort zone. Don't let that be breached if you choose not to, but draw your full attention inward to your side of your rose and notice how this feels. Stay on your side of the rose. Hey, stay on your side of the rose. Stay on your side of the bed. This means holding all your energy and attention between you and the rose. None of your attention should be beyond the rose. Take a breath. Open your eyes and stay in the quiet space behind your eyes, grounded and on your side of the rose. From now on, your rose and the sphere that you have created with it will serve as your point of delineation. It defines your space. Your job is now to stay on your side of the rose and within this sphere. All that lies within this sphere is you. This is where you experience yourself. All that lies outside your rose is theater, the stage upon which others enact their plays for your amusement. Everything within your rose is your experience. Everything beyond your rose belongs to others. What do you do if someone moves towards you and into your space? This will happen. Most people are not aware of their own personal space, nor the personal space of others. As you are aware of your rose, you can move it halfway between you and that person. As they move close to you, you move your rose inward toward yourself. As they step back and away from you, adjust your rose, moving it back to the edge of the sphere. And if you forget and they enter your space, remember your rose and use it. Soon, using this tool will be a part of who you are. When you begin to observe your life from this vantage point, life becomes much easier, calmer, and smoother. Becomes much more fifth dimensional. As you now know, when you operate without definition, you become affected by the noise and drama of those around you. In other words, rather than living your own life, thinking your own thoughts, and feeling your own feelings, your thoughts, feelings, and reactions are often dictated by the effect that others have upon you. So when you consider that the majority of people are living in the third dimension, that is what the effects will be. So commanding your personal space. And this is from the Ascension Glossary, where it talks about commanding your personal space. Opening statement: Beloved God, open all channels of light, clear all light fibers to be fully connected and resonant with the living light code. Reset our space in our room with our unity decree. Defender, warriors of truth, sovereignty, liberation. The Christ guardian races serving the law of one. From across all the multiverses, we call upon you to join us now. Anchor our space in the sovereign God law. We ask the guardians, councils of our higher selves, evolution support teams, starseed identity matrix, aligned to the law of one mission, to work together for the highest capacity of exchange of God's infinite light, love and power in divine right order and harmony. My declaration of intention is to serve my source. I commit to serve my highest power fully, completely, and totally. I am God, I am sovereign, I am free. I claim my divine inheritance and self-sovereign God power now. I choose the patterns of perfection now. For all human beings, I am the diamond heart now. So, command your personal space. Use the rose, the visualization. I cannot begin to impress upon you, communicate to you enough. It is without limit, this need, this effort to impress upon you, dear, esteemed, noble, and honorable viewer, that your imagination and your visualization, that's not stuff for kids and watching Sesame Street. Okay, that's not just for artists, or it is for everybody. It is the very thought currency, the thought energy forms of the fifth dimension. You visualize your path, visualize your contentment, your well-being, your power. You know, if you have a little difficulties at first, maybe, you know, get a little picture of a rose, or pull one up on your digital matrix device. But you will gradually, it's like a muscle, it's like, you know, as you practice and become more accustomed to these energies, it grows, and so does our vibrations. They raise into the golden age timeline of the new earth. So stay tuned for further light alchemy discussions from the Umbanda New Earth Ashram for compassion, strength, and diamond heart activations.
Namaste. Namaskaram.